Hey friend, this is Dan Smith from dansmith.co, and I'm a member of the 8FM Mastermind. And I want to teach you a lesson today. I want to teach you how to fail. And you might say, what are you talking about, dude? You want to teach me how to fail? Yeah, I want to teach you how to fail. Okay, years ago, when I was in my early 20s, in fact, I think I was about 21, 22 years old, and I built a shop. I was riding Harleys back then, and I was, tearing them down every year. And I didn't have a place. I didn't have a garage. I didn't have any place to tear my motorcycle apart. So I used to use my living room and my kitchen. Okay, so I had Harley parts strung all over the place. Okay, I know that's a little bit weird, but that's where I was at the time. So, anyways, I needed a shop. And I had never taken any lessons in how to build a shop, so I went out to this old barn that my mom had out on her property, and I just looked around at the barn, the way it was constructed, and I thought, well, shoot, I can do that. So what did I do? I went and built myself a shop, okay? And my older brother, he was 11 years older than me, came over and he took a look at my shop, and he walked around, and you know what? He laughed at me. It kind of hurt my feelings. Still does, okay? Even all these years later, still hurts my feelings. But anyway, I forgave him for it, but that's another story. Anyway, the fact is, I went and built myself a shop. I'd never built a shop before. I had no lessons. I didn't know what a header was, and my brother laughed at me because I didn't put any headers over the top of my windows or of my door, okay? And now I understand that a header is kind of important because a header holds the weight of the building, all right? And that's what keeps it from caving in on your windows and your doors, all right? So anyway, years later, at the age I am now, I've built a number of buildings, okay? And was my first shop the best shop I ever built? No, it was the worst. It was the crappiest. I didn't know what I was doing. I just went and built it. I just went and looked at something else, and I went and copied that. And I did the best I could do at the time with what I had to do it with. And it worked to keep things dry, but looking at things now, it was kind of a failure from my standpoint. But what was it? There was a lot of learning that took place there. And so what's this whole thing, learning how to fail? Well, I heard a big leader in the MLM industry. He was a multi-millionaire. And this was back like 30 years ago. And the man's made multiple millions every year for over 30 years now. So he was a big leader. He made a statement that has I've never forgot. And what that statement is this: to when you go to your meetings with the group, whatever company or product that you're promoting, you have meetings. You might have 1 or 2 meetings a year. You might have 4, like we have in our industry, and so you go to these big meetings and you associate with people who are the big movers and shakers, the ones that are making it happen, okay? And so you begin to associate with these people, you learn what they're learning, but then there comes a point where you have to go out, and here's a statement that this man made. His name was Dave, and he was right here from my hometown, Boise, Idaho. Anyway, Dave made this statement. He says, you need to take this knowledge and this instruction that you've been given and go out and begin to fail on your own, okay? And so what does that mean? Well, if you ever hope to be good, if you ever hope to be great, here's what it's going to take. Practice. It's going to take practice. Practice, 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 practice. You got to do it again and again and again and again. And you got to give yourself permission to fail. You've got to turn yourself loose and say, okay, I give myself the permission to go out and just screw up, blow it, just like I blew it on my first shop that I ever built. I've built a number of shops since then, and my shops today are 100% better. I've built a number of buildings, and each one that I built got better. I've built furniture, and my first furniture was terrible. It was ugly. It was bad. Nothing was straight. Everything was crooked. I didn't have a proper saw. I had no nail guns, so everything I did, I had to pound nails in with a hammer. But I built my first, my first furniture, and I had no instruction. I just went and figured it out. And the furniture that I can build today is 100 times better. But let me tell you what happened between the first piece that I built and the last piece I built is a whole bunch of really crappy stuff, okay, until I learned the lessons that I needed to learn about using squares and really straightening things up, and levels. Squares and levels are wonderful things. So here's a lesson for you for today. You need to learn how to go out and fail, break things, and screw things up. Why? Because that's the proper way to learn how to do things. You will never be great until you do. And you need to go practice, 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 practice. Because like they said when I was a little kid, practice makes perfect. Okay? So, you know, if you are in a space where you're not sure what to do with your life, if you're not happy in life, if you are a person who maybe you're in a job that you don't particularly like, it's not really adequately suiting your needs. Maybe you're stuck working 60 hours a week like what I used to do, 60 and 70 hours a week, and you might make good money, but you do that at the expense of having a life. Okay, you never have any time with your family, your kids. You don't get to go to your kids' soccer game or football games, basketball games, all that type of stuff. And you know, you're just not happy with what's going on in your life. If you're looking for a change, I would urge you to click on the link below this video and enter your email address. Just follow those prompts, and I'm going to start sending you some information of how you can learn how to do internet marketing, how you can take control of your life, how you can just live a life on your terms, live with time freedom, and live life the way that you choose to live it instead of the way that somebody else tells you that you need to live your life. So click that link below this video. Enter your email address. Go ahead and do that right now, and then watch that next video that pops up, and you're going to start getting emails from me. And hey, let's get connected on the internet here, and let's get to know each other. So this is Dan Smith. Go out and learn how to fail. Go out and put in some practice. Go break some things and screw some things up, and you'll rise. You will be the winner that you want to be. So have a great day. This is Dan Smith. I'll catch you on the next video. So goodbye for now.